Hi, this is Sweets for Event, and we are doing the Starlight celebration quest for 2018. We are here in Old GRIDANIA at the Miketos Amphitheater and talking to the quest giver, Garanchi. Garanchi has need of a little helper, and who is more helpful than you? This quest is available from a limited time only. Sweet, how wonderful to see you. I just knew you'd be joining us again this year. We have lots of surprises in store, especially for the little ones. The Starlight celebration wouldn't be complete without the beaming smiles of all those darling children. One of said surprises will involve a tradition from the frozen climes of Ishgard. A little snow makes the world glisten and sparkle, but too much can be ever so dangerous, as the Ishgardians know all too well. That is why the adults offer song to the saint of Numea, so that he may keep the blizzards at bay. While the weather here in GRIDANIA is nowhere near as inclement as that, a festive song like that would make the proceedings even more memorable. And when the singing is over, we'll give each child in the audience a present. Luckily, several local businesses have agreed to fund all this merrymaking. Are you familiar with my Center of Black Rabbit Traders by any chance? Yes, I am. She has been particularly eager to lend us a hand. From the decorations to the customs, there is scarcely an aspect of the celebration in which she hasn't been involved. In fact, she has even agreed to arrange the musicians who will be singing here at Miketos Amphitheater. The only trouble is I haven't seen her for a while, and I worry that she may have encountered complications. Now, I'm sure there is nothing to worry about, but I would be ever so grateful if you could speak with her. Perhaps politely remind her that the success of the Starlight celebration hangs in the balance. I'm dreadfully sorry to impose on you like this, but we are up to our baubles in tasks that simply cannot wait. Could you do me this one teensy favor? Yes, I can. Oh, that's terrific. She's probably at her stall near the Azerite Plaza. Let's go. Hi, Kiko. I'm fine. So, okay. Let's go to my center. Sweet, how lovely to see you. And might I say, seldom does a day go by that I do not think of the way you saved my precious homunculi from the bird trading company. Well, it was never my intention to keep Garanchi waiting. I will happily explain everything as soon as we take this conversation somewhere a little more private. Might I suggest the scheduled area by the Leatherworkers Guild? Okay, then we are going back. Hi. BFU Productions. Long time not see. So. Outside or inside? Ah, destination. Ah, happy holiday to you too. Thank you for agreeing to meet me here. I'm on good terms with Guildmaster Jiva, and she let me use this space for, well, that's a story for another time, or perhaps never. Naturally, a quiet spot like this is ideal for avoiding unwanted attention, while the guard who has been asked to turn a blind eye is an effective deterrent, and any would-be eavesdroppers. As I'm sure you know, the homunculi course is still wherever they go, and I need them focused on the task at hand. It's strange to think that without your intervention all those moons ago, they would have escaped. My clue would have been lost to me forever, and here we all are, reunited. You will no doubt be pleased to hear that since the last time you saw them, my honey-tongued musical geniuses have been touring the breadth of the realm. Naturally, Black Rabbit traders continue to enjoy a profitable relationship with Eorzea's most beloved traveling bards. Of course, it won't do to have this conversation interrupted by legends of squealing followers, hence our current venue. As for their role in the Starlight celebration, I jumped at the chance to have them take center stage. Admirers will flock from miles around for the chance to see the homunculi and their new specially prepared material. I can picture it now, the dulcet tones of my beautiful bards filling the ears of festival goers, young and old, with Black Rabbit traders making Gil hand over fist from all of the garments as we sell. And what's more, the presence of such renowned artists will raise the profile of the celebration, meaning that Garanci and her Starlight celebrants will have even more reason to be cheerful. All that remains is for the homunculi to fulfill their part of the bargain and put together a few songs for the concert itself. Therein lies the problem. Were this any other performance, we would mesmerize the crowds with a few favorites from our repertoire, such as Fair Lady Return My Breeches or Hey Nonny, Nonny, Maiden Most Bonny. God. Fearing that such material may not be appropriate, we thought it best to work on some new pieces. But this accession calls for traditional Ishgardian music, whereas we weave our entrancing melodies in the classic GRIDANIan style. To better fulfill the needs of the Starlight celebration, we sought the aid of an Ishgardian composer. Upon taking receipt of the manuscripts, however, we found that they were written for a mixed chor. 4 singers, 2 male and 2 female. It does not take a musical aficionado to appreciate that the homunculi are ill-equipped for such a performance. To make matters worse, there simply isn't time to have the pieces rewritten. We are well and truly out of our element, like proverbial babes in the wood. Whatever will we do? All of this mopping is getting us nowhere. Are you professionals or not? What we need are solutions, and fast. First of all, let us select our vocalists. Luckily, the composer has provided instructions on the kind of voices required to carry the melody. So I must admit, I can make neither head or tail of these notes. One of the female voices must be as uplifting as birdsong on a crisp winter's morning, and the other ephemeral as a zephyr across a sun-dappled stream. For the males, reminiscent of a mighty oak, outstretched boughs, and deep and cavernous as the bowels of the earth. We have to start our search somewhere, I suppose. Sweet, perhaps you can help. Can you think of anyone who possesses a voice as uplifting as birdsong on a crisp winter's morning? No idea. Crisp winter's morning. Birdsong, maybe this. A chocobo? Yeah, the manuscripts mention birdsong. I don't think it was supposed to be taken literally. We can't have one of those smelly beasts quaying its way through the concert. Why not? If I were you, I would avoid making similar japes in future. It really doesn't suit you, dear. For lack of any better suggestions, how about Garanchi? Come to think of it, she may well be the perfect choice. A charming young lady like her is sure to have a singing voice to match. With that settled, we should move on to our second female vocalist. Can you think of anyone with a voice as ephemeral as a zephyr across a sun-dappled stream? No. I have no idea. The elder Size herself? Have you taken leave of your senses? Generous and benevolent she may be, but I struggle to imagine her joining our little choir group. Why not? There's only one thing for it, I will just have to do it myself. My devotion to the homunculi and black rabbit traders compels me. There is also the fact that I have already invested too much in this venture to allow it to fail now. My Santa, my darling, it would be an honor to join my voice with yours in musical matrimony. Let's not get carried away. For all you know, I could be a dreadful singer. Fear not, my lady, for we shall be on hand to provide all the tutelage you might require. Though the question remains, which two lucky fellows will be accompanying you? Reminiscent of a mighty oak, outstretched boughs, I would say that description fits Augustinius' soaring vocals. Augustinius? I couldn't agree more. Finding someone whose voice is deep and cavernous as the bowels of the earth may prove a little more challenging. The homunculus musical rarely ventures into the lower notes. At the risk of volunteering myself for that role too, mayhap we should put that matter to one side for now. Sweet, might I be able to ask a favor of you? 2 favors actually. Keen as always, and I haven't even told you what the favors are yet. I need you to collect a conductor's baton from Beatin of the Carpenters Guild, as well as an order of cursor supplies from Redolent Rose over at the Weavers Guild in UL'DAH. After paying a visit to these master artisans, head straight to Garanchi in Mi Keto's amphitheater. She will be expecting you. In the meantime, it seems prudent for us to rehearse away from prying ears. Now make haste, sweet. Okay. Then I guess first we go to the Carpenters Guild. Oops. Welcome back, sweet. Are you here to show me your latest creation? Yes. I have the conductor's baton right here. Since the guild seldom receives orders for such items, I thought it best to deal with this one personally. The maple gives it a certain degree of flexibility, while the cork grip allows it to be held between thumb and index finger without fear of dropping it. I'm confident that my Santa will appreciate the quality of the craftsmanship. While my service do not come cheap, she is sure to feel that her money was well spent. And spent she did. In all honesty, a simple trick would probably suffice, but nothing is too good for her homunculi. I must admit, I do not see the appeal in those preening pretty boys. The sigh of a saw on wood and the tap of a hammer on chisel are all the music I need. Okay, then we're going to UL'DAH. Yeah. Weavers Guild. Well, if it isn't sweet, I trust you have not been neglecting your needlework. The cursor plices, not the most challenging request the guild has received, but a welcome change from all the plebeians asking us to add arse flaps to their culottes. Another pleasant surprise was the amount my Santa was willing to pay for them. So generous was she that I thought it only fair to include a few more. Knowing her, she will find a way to pitch them to festival goers, so any surplus supplies could be sold for a profit. This could even mark the beginning of a very lucrative venture for Black Rabbit traders, the Weavers Guild. Our mutual acquaintance is undoubtedly counting the guild as we speak, so I suggest you deliver these garments to her post-haste. Best of luck with the Starlight celebration. Thank you. Deliver the conductor's patent and cursor places to Garanchi. So, we are going back to GRIDANIA. Miketos Amphitheater. And we can finish this quest. You are back. I was considering sending out a search party for you too. Is everything alright? There it is. Unless I am very much mistaken, these look remarkably like a conductor's wand and some sort of smocks. This may seem like an odd question, but why are you giving these to me? Did I forget to tell you? Not to worry, all will become clear once you've changed into your supplies and are ready to rehearse. Rehearse? But I don't remember agreeing to sing. And I'm fairly certain you never even asked me. Sorry dear, changed of plans. To be honest, knowing how committed you are to the Starlight celebration, it never occurred to me that you might be opposed to the idea. Well, we cannot disappoint the little ones. I suppose it is only meet that I at least try. Very well, I'll do it. If it makes you feel any better, I will be singing too. Be reminded that I lack your experience when it comes to entertaining the masses. So if there is anyone who should be nervous, it's me. Besides, there's no time for dilly-dallying. We still have to find a man with a voice deep and cavernous as the bowels of the earth. Are these the musicians? We'd better start checking the amphitheaters. What did you call them? Acoustics? No, that don't sound right. You there? Are you one of the Starlight celebrants? I and a member of the Adventurers Guild besides. Every year they give me leave to help out with the festival. Remarkable. His every word reverberates to the core of my soul, deep and cavernous as the bowels of the earth. Why, he's Titan incarnate. Incarnate. My thoughts exactly. Who could have guessed that the perfect candidate was under our noses? Figuratively speaking, of course, this whole time. How would you like to join our corps? I don't see why not. When it comes to being big and loud, no one does it better than me. Haha, glad to hear. While I would normally balk at sharing my stage with rank amateurs, I am willing to make an exception. Obviously, none of you can even hope to reach my standards, but with sufficient practice, we should be able to approach adequate or even not displeasing. As for Oscarlet and Oscil4, I have something else in mind. While you may not be serenading us with your angelic vocals, you will instead be blessing the children with the presents I have prepared. I will make sure they keep their hands off the children's mummies, no matter how yummy they might be. If the homunculi can limit their flirtations to a well-timed wink here and cheeky smile there, well, have them eating out of our hands without any lasting repercussions. I have a question. Who is this conductor stick for? You catch on quickly, don't you? I'm not asking you to do this entirely from the goodness for your heart. I will see to it that you are appropriately remunerated in some form. I would say, compared to the 4 members of the choir, you have the easy job. Judging from what I've seen at other concerts, you just need to look the part and wave the baton a bit. Simple. Rather you than me, friend. I would know where to start. I am much more comfortable bellowing away to the heart's content. Anyway, let me know when you are ready for some conducting. Okay, not so silent night. Complete. Ah, there's a repeatable quest. And certificate of good cheer. Okay. Benfield is keen to put his booming voice to good use. This request is available for limited time only. A concerted effort. Ready for a bit of singing? Oh, if you are wondering where my Santa is gone, she's keeping an eye on her stall. She'll be right back when it's time to get started, so you'd think she'd have enough on her plate already. What with all that buying and selling, good of her to find the time, and Gil to help us lot with the festival. Her voice ain't half bad neither. It's hard to believe she wants someone like me to be in her choir. I don't know the first thing about music. Best I can manage is a few sea shanties, and that's only when I am in me cups. Might as well make the most of it, I suppose. And if we are enjoying ourselves, maybe the younglings will too. As long as they stick around long enough to get their presents, we can consider it a success. But how about you? Had a chance to practice your wand waving? If not, well, it's a bit late to start now, but I'm sure you'll pick it up as we go along. It looks like we've already got a few people lined up to watch the show, so you can see the Starlight celebrants herding them together just over yonder. I'd watch out for that enthusiastic-looking lass over there, so she's been telling folk about the most lauded musicians the realm has ever known, and they seemed to be lapping it up. I appreciate her drumming up a crowd like that, but I think their expectations might be a bit too high. What with this being our first performance, might be an idea to start with the other lot. They seem less like to take offense to a flat note or two. Once we are feeling confident, we can take a crack at something trickier. But you are the conductor, so you get final say as to what we sing and when. Well, there's no time like the present. Let one of the Starlight celebrants know when you are ready to begin. Quest difficulty and rewards will vary according to which Starlight celebrant you approach. Okay. Let's go to this. Hark, the conductor beyond compare makes her grand entrance. The crowd can barely contain their excitement. Are your preparations complete, Maestro? Speak with the Starlight celebrant to begin the Capriccio. You will earn 3 certificates of good cheer for successful completion of this piece. To attempt the cantabile, speak with the Saturnine Starlight celebrant. Oh, who is this? Don't know. The rewards for successful completion vary according to difficulty. Do you wish to begin the Capriccio? You will earn 3 certificates for good cheer of successful completion of this piece. Yes. The choir will now perform a song. Time your inputs with the on-screen prompts. Huh? Was soll das? When a blue prompt appears, left. Time your blueprint. Okay. Time your input as the diamonds overlap. When an orange prompt appears, right. Make several rapid inputs until the prompt disappears. Yeah. The controls are as follows. Input diamonds overlap. Orange, blah blah. Let's try. Controller. All buttons and directional buttons except options. Huh? To access the pause menu, press the escape key or options button from which you may choose to end the performance. If you fail to follow on a screen prompt, you will occur a penalty. When a certain number of penalties have been incurred, the performance will not end immediately, but your attempt will be unsuccessful. In the event of failure of quitting during the performance, you may attempt it again by speaking to either of the Starlight celebrants. Didn't understand what they mean. Ah, okay. Hä? Oh Gott. Was ist das denn? Hä? Ach, großer Gott. Hä? Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott. Oh mein Gott. Oh. Ja. Was? Audience satisfaction. Aha. Critical, great, good, miss. Ah, okay. So. Speak with Splendors. Hark, the conductor beyond compare makes her grand entrance. The crowd can barely contain their excitement. Are you? Preparations complete, Maestro? Speak with the Starlight Celebrant to begin the competition. Once again? Really? Oh, I am not good with such things. Oh. Yes. Blue. Okay. Try once more. Maybe I will be better this time. Huh? Maybe a little bit better than the last time. I don't know. This is not my game. That's about. Finished your preparations, good. I've been struggling to keep the younglings amused while they wait. Then I told them that only the most well-behaved child would receive a present, and they soon settled down. Anyway, it's about time we got started. This way, please. Speak with the Starlight Celebrant to begin the cantabile. You will earn 2 certificates of good cheer for successful completion of this piece. To attempt a capriccio, speak with this blah, blah, blah. Rewards will successful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fail to follow on a script. Yeah. This is the last try. I hope I don't need to do it till the end. Hä? Was ist das denn jetzt? Nothing? Aha. Other commands. Na. Nah. I hate this quest. Can we skip this shit? No. I don't. I guess not. So I want to have a look at this trader. So Starlight Celebrant. Blah blah. No. I guess I have to finish this shit. I will never complete this quest. This was even worse than this. Yes. For Al Amigo, yes. That's much easier than this. Oh. Oh. No. Really? That's right. Several rapid inputs. All buttons and directional buttons except options. Yeah. More audience to see me fail. I don't want to do this anymore. No. Really? Was soll denn das? Critical with God's great blah. I have no idea. this quest is really shit. The crowd barely contained, blah 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 blah. Did anyone enjoy this quest, really? Can't imagine. And the prices are not worth it. Really not. This is the last try, then I give up, I guess. So the rewards are the costumes the singers are wearing. Really ugly prices. Oh no, really not. I will finish this. It makes no sense to do it once more. Really not. I'm sorry for wasting your time, but this quest is really not worth to finish it. No. I thank you for watching, and this will be the last celebration event I ever did, I guess. I hope you enjoyed this video, but I can't show you the final sequence. I will never go to this. Not this way I'm doing it at the moment. So, have a nice evening, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye, I see you next time. So, ciao.